In every forest, in every ocean, a voice is calling. This is Voices for the Wild. Every creature has a voice.
Some animals don't just survive nature, they rewrite it. Today we'll witness 5 powers so extreme you might think they're CGI, but every one of them is real. A punch that makes light, a fish that snipes with water, a living battery, a creature that pauses death, and an animal that regenerates lost limbs. No tricks, just physics and biology revealed. This is the most unbelievable wonders of animals. Let's begin. Meet the Mantis Shrimp, 10 centimeters of coiled fury armed with a spring-loaded club. When it strikes, the club accelerates so fast that the water around it simply can't get out of the way. Pressure crashes, a vapor bubble forms, and then collapses in a tiny, violent implosion. For an instant, that collapse releases heat and shock, enough to crack shell, stun prey, and yes, create a flash of light. Not from magic, from physics. It's called cavitation. Watch the sequence in your mind. The club fires, the bubble appears, and then the collapse finishes the job. The Mantis Shrimp doesn't win because it's heavy, it wins because it's fast. Inside that little arm is a latch spring system that stores energy, releases it in a snap, and slams an impact pad that can withstand hit after hit. The exoskeleton is reinforced, so the shrimp doesn't self-destruct every time it throws a punch. Speed beats mass in water. 1 strike, 2 hits. First, the club lands. Then, the collapsing bubble delivers the second blow. If you've ever wondered what it looks like when biology weaponizes physics, this is it. So ask yourself, if you had to choose between raw strength and perfect timing, which would you bet on? The Mantis Shrimp has already chosen. Now meet the Archerfish, an underwater sniper that knocks prey out of the air using jets of water. Sounds simple until you remember that light bends when it passes from water to air. The target you see from below is not where it actually is, but the Archerfish compensates. It learns the correction, it tilts its mouth like a nozzle, forms a tight jet, and fires at just the right angle and force to defeat refraction. Shot after shot, it calculates on the fly. Distance, height, wind, surface ripples, solved in milliseconds by a brain the size of a pea. The jet leaves the mouth in beads that merge mid-air into a focused bolt. The insect drops. Dinner is served. What looks like a party trick is a physics exam taken at full speed without a calculator. And the Archerfish aces it. Between a punch that makes light and a jet that solves optics, which one would you borrow for a day? Light punch or water sniper? Hold that thought. Let's switch to electricity, the kind that swims. The electric eel can stun prey and light a panel with a pulse you can see. How? Inside its body are rows of special cells called electrocytes, modified muscle cells stacked in series like batteries. When they fire together, their voltages add up. Hundreds of volts surge through water, overwhelming nerves and locking muscles. The eel often starts with a weak probing pulse, like a ping that maps living tissue. Then comes a strong burst, a full-body command that paralyzes fish in an instant. What we think of as electricity in wires is also electricity in flesh. Nerve signals are currents, muscles listen. The eel hijacks that language, and here's the lesson. Electricity is not exclusively man-made. It isn't just in the grid or in your phone. Electricity lived in rivers long before we named it. Shrink your view to a drop of water on a patch of moss. There, a tardigrade, also called a water bear, trundles along on 8 stubby legs like a tiny tank. It laughs at extremes, vacuum, radiation, heat, cold and long dry stretches where life should be impossible. How? It hits pause. When conditions turn hostile, a tardigrade enters cryptobiosis. Its metabolism falls to almost zero. Water inside cells is replaced by protective sugars that glassify delicate structures. Proteins shield its DNA. The body curls into a desiccated form called a ton and waits. Days, years, sometimes longer. And when water returns, the tardigrade rehydrates, resumes metabolism, and carries on as if nothing happened. Not immortal, just incredibly hard to kill. It protects and repairs its genetic material with a toolkit more robust than most life on Earth. It is a lesson in patience. When survival requires it, press pause. When the storm passes, press play. Imagine what this could teach us. Medicine that stabilizes organs for transport. Preservation methods that buy time for healing. Even ideas for surviving deep space, where the vacuum is indifferent and the radiation is unkind. The tardigrade doesn't solve every problem. It simply refuses to die the easy way. When life is impossible, it waits. Then it resumes. Finally, the axolotl, a salamander that never quite grows up and regrows what most animals lose forever. Limbs, tail, spinal cord, even parts of the heart and brain, not scar tissue, real tissue, rebuilt. Here's the dance. An injury closes, but instead of scarring shut, the cells near the wound roll back to a flexible, early state. They form a structure called a blastema, a living blueprint. From that blueprint, bone, muscle, nerves, and skin grow again, mapped to the right places, in the right proportions. Nerves do more than follow along. They guide. Signals travel into the blastema like streetlights, turning on one by one, telling cells what to become and where to stop. Why can't we do this? Because mammals, including us, are masters of fast scarring. Great for sealing a wound, terrible for rebuilding a limb. We slam the door to chaos so quickly that we also shut out regeneration. The axolotl keeps that door open, just enough to repair. If we could learn the code, how to turn signals on and off, how to invite growth without losing control, then one day, guided regeneration might help repair nerves after injury, patch damaged hearts, or restore pieces of vision once thought gone forever. It won't be simple. Nature rarely is, but the axolotl has already written a manual. We are still learning how to read it. Look closely at this animal. Those feathery gills, that calm hover in clear water. Inside, a quiet genius is at work, rerouting development, replaying growth, proofreading the result. It is not a miracle. It is a process, and processes can be understood. So, which power would you choose? A punch that makes light, sniper-level aim with water, living electricity, a pause button for life on the edge, or true regeneration? Tell me your pick in the comments. The top vote will become our next deep dive. If this journey surprised you, subscribe for more animal wonders. Because in nature, truth isn't just stranger than fiction, it's smarter. Thank you for watching. Or tell us what you think and which animal you want us to explore next.